What's going on, you guys? So check it right. Once again, we have Zinga dropping another dope episode of Chopping It with Buddha T, featuring Priddy Ugly, and I must say they really chopped it up. Now, Priddy discussed a lot of things in the episode, from his childhood and how he got his tats and piercings, to losing his first love and how that affected him throughout his high school phase. He also spoke on being in a rap/dance crew of Frank Casino and a few other guys, and how they navigated through the industry back in those days, encountering artists like Anati and Muggs, and how they didn't mess with him and his crew musically, to speaking on his own solo come-up and the struggles he had, especially when he signed to Ambitious. He also spoke on the fight he had with Casper and the struggles he faced before and after the match, as well as also speaking on his relationship with his wife Bontle and their daughter Africa. Now, it's no surprise that the episode was 3 hours long, considering that they really chopped it up. But as good as those topics are that I just ran through, I just want to go in depth into what Priddy had to say in regards to young Tyran. Now, initially, these two had a cordial relationship with them actually making music together, and young Tyran actually being a fan of Priddy's music. But things took a turn when Priddy tweeted the following, saying, "Take your time, but you are not Andre 3000 or Kendrick Lamar." And young Tyran actually responded by saying, "Let artists do whatever it is they want to do at their time." Now, Priddy responded by saying, "I've already said this. I'm an artist who takes his time. Just don't be surprised when your audience doesn't have the time." And once again, Tyran responded by saying, "If they don't, they don't. Just let motherfuckers do what they want. End of story." And Priddy concluded by saying, "I said, take your time, but you are not Andre 3 Stacks or Kendrick Lamar, and people with no kids and a career spanning over 10 years got touched in my mentions. Damn, know yourself." Now, after this back and forth, we had young Tyran drop a record titled Where the Crown Belongs, where he went on to say, "Priddy Ugly, no offense. You're the last man to be giving me coordinates. As a fellow castaway, at least Tom Hanks had a cabinet of accolades. You just another pussy that was played by Anne Hathaway." And after that, we had Priddy come out to say, "At young Tyran, you wanted my attention, so here it is. A response via raps is something I don't care to waste my time doing. You're a nice guy and I've already extended myself to you before I even met you, and clearly I've been too nice. You let your insecurities and ego get the best of you. All the best. Calling me a pussy, however, is you testing my manhood, and you're gonna have to see me about that in real life, and we're gonna definitely see each other. So keep the same energy. Come test this fear you speak of. Attest to you, since you clearly got a personal problem. Come say it to my face." And Tyran responded by saying, "What happened to are you rapping Buffet to? Are you a rapper or a fighter? Disappointing." And Priddy responded by saying, "You didn't come at my raps, because if we're being honest, I got the receipts of your fandom and appreciation. You testing my manhood, and I want you to be the man you think you are and say to my face, that's it. That's the last bit of attention you're getting from me." And Tyran said, "Threats, huh? Do the most when you see me, bro. See if that changes the meaning of those 4 bars." Now, at the time of seeing this, I was honestly shocked, because obviously I don't want things to turn physical. I mean, this is hip-hop. It's a competitive sport, so I wanted things to stick to rap, but it seemed like it was deeper than rap for Priddy. But with that said, check what he had to say.
That reminds me of you and your mans out there. Who's the youngin' that you're going back and forth with? The one that you wanted to place the hands on.
Oh.
Like, what's that now? Because that got disrespectful, and then I was like, why is it getting disrespectful?
I don't even want to mention his name, because I just feel like I'm just giving you like PR.
Okay, yeah.
I'm giving you like PR, but I really don't know where that comes from. And it's like crazy, because I've seen, people were like, "Yo, you wanted to give this guy a hand or whatever." And I think if you go back to my tweets, I was just like, "Yo, I actually know you in real life, bro. And I have receipts of your fandom for me." You know what I'm saying? And what a lot of people don't understand, the industry is very small, Bafetu. So hlangana. Either way, the shows are small, so it's like, and I can promise you that I'm not the one who's going to be having to look over my shoulder, because my energy is pure, my energy is clean. I got no issues with anyone, I got no beef with nobody, You, on the other hand, are the person who's going to have to hibernate and not be seen in certain spaces, because you just might bump into this bro and whatever. And that's cool, bro. And I think even in my tweets, I was just saying that, like, yo, I'm actually going to see you in real life just keep the same energy that you had on the record, you know, because on the record, I'm a pussy apparently,
Calling
you know,
pussy and a bitch, or
and which is
whatever.
why I also couldn't respond like via raps, because it's not like someone coming at my rapping abilities, like, yo, you rap like this, or it's like, no, you're a bitch, you're a pussy. It's like, oh, I'm that. Come, just come see me in real life. You know what I'm saying? And like, we actually are gonna see each other, and just keep the same energy. And by that I mean, like, I didn't promise to throw hands or to. It's just like, yo, man, that energy that you have on the record, don't see me in real life and then want to come shake my hand and like we're cool. It's like, yo, we're gonna address it, because I actually really don't know what the issue is. And with me saying I don't know what the issue is, I really don't know where it came from, because like, from my understanding, that we had a thing, because I had tweeted something like, yo, take your time. I tweeted a lot of tweets, you know, whatever I was speaking about on that day. I'm like, yo, but to artists, and bear in mind, this is coming from an exec, someone who is like, actually has potential artists that I am signing, that I am grooming, that I'm working with, or whatever. It's like, yo, as young artists, like, take your time, but you're not Kendrick Lamar. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But respectfully, take your time. You know what I'm saying?
Which is a jewel.
You know what I'm saying? And he responds on that, like, don't tell artists what to do. We can do whatever we want. And in my head, it's just like, I honestly, I was like, wait, what? It's like, bro, I know you, bro. I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, I mean, I wasn't talking to you, but since you felt some type of way about what I had to say, what did I say wrong? You're not Kendrick Lamar. But at the same time, take your time. But remember, you are not Kendrick Lamar.
What's the issue in that statement?
You know what I mean? So I don't know what I don't know how he took that statement and he went on to go speak about whatever. And I think I heard through there's someone that I met up with. I just don't remember who it was, because I speak to a lot of people, and they were like, no, I think his issues that come from like the fact that I given him a verse, and then like I used parts of the verse that I gave him in a different verse, and I'm like, okay, I'll break it down. Okay, now let me break it down. So I didn't know this kid from half a bar, so seeing some stuff online, on social media, I'm like, okay, cool, it's nice. I actually do think he's, you know, talented, he makes nice music. I actually still have no animosity towards the dude. It's just like, you actually are gonna see me in real life, trust me, you know? And that's not a threat, bro. It's like, you are. So it's like, okay, cool. I didn't know the kid. Eventually, we speak. I don't know how we got to speaking, whether he DM'd me or whatever. And he's like, yo, bro, I got a record. I'd like to send you a record. I'm like, yeah, for sure. All right, cool. Send me the record. He sent me the record. I gave him a verse on the record, you know. He dropped the record. Didn't really promote it or push it. Nothing. We shot no videos to it. Nothing. It was what it was. Gante, on the back end, I'm actually campaigning for this nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling niggas about him. You know, my nigga, you know, Herc is telling me like, yo, this bro reached out to me, but I don't know who he is. I'm like, oh, no, I know, youngin. Like, no, pull up, yeah, you know, help him. What does he need help with? Oh, he needs me to help him with some mixing, whatever. I'm like, yeah, dog, do it. And I'm not gonna speak about what I do for people, you know. But yeah, you know, like, and then the homie invites me. Oh, there's a flame show. I'm gonna perform at the show. It's some PTA out there. He's also gonna perform, and he's like, yo, never met him prior to this. He's like, yo, you're gonna, would you be down to do the song with me? I'm like, yeah, for sure. Came out there, did the song with him. Never met him before, but I'm hopping on your song. Yeah. You know, hopped on your song, hopped on stage with you.
On your set.
And I've never met you, just, you know, out of respect, out of love, you know. Cool. I move on. So one thing that I do see like as an issue is like, one thing I've done and a few times is like, I'll do a verse, and on the verse, I might take 4 bars from one verse, add it on another verse, but like change it up, switch it up. Well, I sample myself, you know. It's like, yo, if we can sample all these old school classics and sample, bear in mind, like for Soil, I had to pay 100K plus for a sample that needed to be cleared. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm not trying to catch that smoke again, you know? Yeah, dog, from some dude from the UK, for the actual song, Soil. And we had to pay a hefty price for that thing. You know, shout out to the label. They helped me get that sorted out. But literally 100K plus. So it's like, yo, why must I be playing 100K plus to like sample bros or whatever when we can sample our own stuff, remix our own stuff, whatever. And in fact, you know, like when people hear that song and they hear similarities, I can still speak in interviews, which I have, to be like, yo, oh, this verse that you're hearing is originally from this guy's song also, you know? It gives conversation. People are going back to that guy's song. They're listening to this song. Oh, they're listening to this song with me and Flame, Melanin in My Skin. I used the 4-bar from Melanin in My Skin on this song. Anyway, so from what I heard from one of his homies, that's actually what he caught beef with about. Like, yo, this guy used my verse somewhere else. But it's like, in my head, it's like, I've seen you plenty times after that. You said nothing. I was with you at my label house. You know what I'm saying? There was no issue. We were cool. We chopped it up for a little bit. There was no problem. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I say you're not Kendrick Lamar, now we got
Which
beef.
you didn't even say
but I wasn't even saying it to
him.
him, you know? So it's like, with that being said, bro, it's just like, we're gonna see each other.
I guess.
I wish you all the best.
Now, moving along, Priddy also spoke on his relationship with Reece, or the lack thereof, and how if it's a situation of them ever meeting up in person, it's all love and peace. But for better context, check what he had to say.
Musically, I think when we were setting up this chop, you said you've just finished a project.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about that?
Man, I'm feeling good, bro. You know, I guess people have already seen it on the gram. You know, I've been in the studio with Mash Beats.
I remember people being chatty about that also. I'm like,
also people are ridiculous.
like you have to be chatty about everything.
I think also because people think I have a problem with the boy doing things, that now me working with Mash, like I'm out there, like, you know, I've never once spoken to Mash about what happened there, and I don't care to. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's not even what it's about. This is a producer. He makes music. I'm an artist. I make music. Herc is my boy. He's, you know, he sent, you know, Reece a pack, and like we spoke about it. I'm like, yo, bro, I hope you get it. Dope. Like, yo, that'll be fire. Come on, let's get it. You know, and like. And dudes are all fire, bro. It's like, I know Jody personally. I've been to their spot back when they lived in the north somewhere. When he lived with TK, you know, it's cool. It's like, I actually like, and especially brotherly camaraderie, we need that, you know? That's why, like, many times I've even asked you, like, where's the brother like bro project coming through, you know? So them doing their thing, that's respect, you know? That's I have nothing against homies,
and it's not like
real.
your shit is also like personal and real.
It literally like isn't. And
shit.
I feel like if niggas see each other in real life, which I'm sure we will, it's all about a conversation. It's like, yo, if niggas don't want to dab me, that's cool. Like,
that's how
I'm alright, dog. My energy is like clean, you know. So I saw people trying to make it some type of thing, like, yo, Priddy's in studio with Mash Beats, like, oh, what's gonna happen? What is he gonna say about Reece? Or how much Reece feel about this? And Herc is in studio with, shut the fuck up.
Now, going based on what Priddy said, it's clearly no beef and everything can be solved with just a conversation. So hopefully these two are able to come to a mutual understanding, because it would be really dope to hear them on a record once again. But you guys, let me know your thoughts on this. What did you make of Chopping It with Buddha T featuring Priddy Ugly? And what take do you have when it comes to him addressing young Tyran and A-Reece? Comment down below. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed. Please make sure to hit that like button if you found the content dope, and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. It's on to the next one. Peace.